Welcome, guys, to the Delusional Podcast. I'm your host, Steve, and I'm glad to have you here. Um, I will be reading some notes off my phone just because I had to do this in order to start this. Um, so let's start with the reason why I'm starting this podcast. So before we get into everything, I wanted this episode to be simple and real. This isn't going to be one of the podcasts where I act like I have my life completely figured out because I definitely don't. This is going to be a space where we talk about life growth, dating, experiences, mindset shifts, raving, random late night thoughts. Pretty much all the stuff that people think about but don't always say out loud. So if you're somebody who's trying to become a better version of yourself while still enjoying life, I think you're gonna fit right in. So glad to have you here. So for the first episode, I wanted to talk about becoming the person you're trying to be because I feel like that's something a lot of us are quietly figuring out. Um, yeah. But all right, let's start with the obvious question. Who am I outside of work, social media, and everything else? Like, who is Steve? So, I am a quote unquote a 21-year old. So, I'm over 25. Definitely like close to 30. That's fine, I think. Anyways, it's fine. Um, my interests include going to the gym. That's one of my hobbies. It's like a must. I have to be there. Um, so gym, reading books, anything that's mental health related. Um, I do outfits, raving outfits here and there, especially when I want to look good because that's one thing that I have to do. Yeah, that's that. There's more because I'm also sort of like a geek. I don't really talk about that because I feel like that's kind of weird, but that's completely fine because that's me. So yeah. Um, Now, the reason why I started this podcast is because it's something that it's been in my bucket list for a while. So I'm like, hey, it's better late than never. So it's literally been more than 5 years that I've been wanting to do this, but here we are. It's time. Yeah, I look good. Period. Um, lately, I feel like I am in one of those stages where I'm trying to build something for myself and figure out what direction I actually want my life to go. I think a lot of people reach a point where they start asking themselves the bigger question like, am I happy? Am I moving forward? Am I doing things because I actually want to or because I'm supposed to? Um, I don't have the answer to all of them, or maybe I probably don't. I don't. I'm still trying to figure life out, but I know we're gonna do it together. So that's cool. We're here for each other. Um, so yeah, I think just asking the questions, it's what really matters. Giving each other advice, helping each other grow. So yeah, there is that. But yeah, which of course now speaking about growth, I am gonna bring up raving because raving has actually taught me a lot about growing as a person, and I think just the culture itself when it comes to raves, um, it's very welcoming. Of course, when it comes to raving, people hear raving and it's like, oh, automatically it's chaos, just loud music, just people partying, getting wasted. No, it's not. Well, it's 50-50, but honestly, I've I've enjoyed all the raves that I've been to, so I feel like everybody should at least give it like maybe one or two tries. Like if it's for you, it is. If it's not, that's cool. But also, it's fun. Like if you go with the right group, with the right friends, you'll have so much fun. It's definitely a life changing experience. Um, it's it does teach you a lot of things. It does for me. I feel like it has taught me a lot about just being present, enjoying the moment. So usually when I'm at a rave, like I know the first few raves that I went to, I was on my phone like recording, and it's like, oh my gosh, like yeah, the DJ is on, like he's playing my favorite song. But honestly, like now, so whenever I scroll through my album, I'm like, damn, like I didn't record much, and I don't regret it, just because I am living in the moment, myself, enjoying myself with my friends. And I think it's just been very, it's something that I'm very grateful for, especially like the group of people that I've been surrounded with. Um, and also, you meet people from different backgrounds. I do feel like it does boost your confidence, and you start building so many memories that you will keep. Like, of course, like it's not going to be in your photo album. Well, it can be. You can take like a GoPro. Some people do that, or just have people send you videos. Like, but the memories will stay in your head, and I feel like it's just beautiful. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it's beautiful. You don't have to drink. You don't have to do any sort of like substance or stuff like that. You just have to go in there with an open mind and just live it up. That's all you have to do. Um, but yeah, I think when it comes to raving, one of the things that it has taught me is that when you're out there, you're living one of the best moments, and you're not overthinking about anything. You're just there. Um, you're not checking your phone. You're not worried about tomorrow. You're not trying to impress anyone unless you actually put a fit together and you're like, well, I want to look good. But I mean, if you're trying to look good, make sure that you're trying to look good for yourself, quote unquote, for yourself. But yeah, for everybody, because honestly, a lot of people be wearing those good fits. Well, not good fits, those beautiful fits. Yeah. So it's a must. Like, but don't go with the intention of impressing anyone. Go with the intention of just having fun. But anyways, um, I feel like in I feel like in everyday life, we almost forget how to do that. Like what it's like to just be there, enjoying the moment. I know, like, I feel like it's something that also happens like at concerts where people are just like recording, like they're just on the phone, like, oh my gosh, it's my favorite artist, like just recording, and it's like, dude, like, didn't you just pay that much to it's your money, but yeah, just saying. Um, and also just by being there, not being on your phone, like you'll meet people, like I said. So that I think that's one way of building all these connections slash relationships with other people. And who knows, you might end up meeting a partner. So check it out. But yeah. But now talking about partners, that's another subject that I'm going to talk about, which is going to be the dating life, relationships, and stuff like that. Um, but I do want to start by saying that dating now does feel interesting because I feel like people want real connections, but at the same time, not everybody seems um, at the same time, everybody seems scared of wasting time. Um, so, I mean, of course, there is friendships before relationships, standards and unrealistic expectations, red flags and green flags, learning to protect their energy, growth while dating, all that stuff. And it's going to be things that we're going to be talking about here with other, is it co-host? It's going to be guests, probably a co-host, but guests that will be joining us. So yeah, anyways, so talking about relationships and dating, I think all of that is like something that at this point in life I am not worried about. I'm not, I'm realizing that it's not something that I want to force anymore. And I think I just want it to be, just go with the flow, like let it be natural. Of course, do have that open communication with the person you might be pursuing something with. Um, just because I do feel like it helps everyone build a deep connection and also have that mutual understanding, and hopefully having all these people that are going to be entering your life just respect your boundaries. I think that's very important. um, so yeah, try to always just be good, just be a good person, and just go with the flow, meet all these people and stuff like that. um but okay, now, sorry, I was asking myself something, and I think it's also an interesting question. Who are we becoming? Who are you becoming? Who am I becoming? um I think when it comes to, well, we were talking about relationships, but point blank period, let's talk about now us as an individual. I think growth isn't linear. Um, so feeling lost is completely normal. I do think it's something that I have been experiencing maybe like in the last 2 years, where I'm like, okay, like what am I doing with my life and stuff like that. Because sometimes we do feel like, oh, we're good, but we're actually just in our comfort zone. So I feel like the moment that you step away, it does feel kind of off, but it's probably going to be the best for you. So, I mean, of course, we have to learn as we go with things that are going to be thrown our way, but also just learning new habits and learning how to step away from all those comfort zones. So, we have to be comfortable with discomfort, which is going to be a lot of things in life. Um, so yeah, so if you don't have your career figured out, your relationship figured out, your money figured out, your finances figured out, your life figured out, that's completely fine. Hopefully, we are able to give you tips and just help you, yeah, just figure out life together. That's what we're gonna be here for. We're just gonna be constantly changing, constantly learning. Um, and the goal here is not necessarily to be perfect, um, but it's just to continue growing as an individual and just have the mentality, or the goal is progress. That's what I mean. Yeah, it's not perfection. The goal will be progress for us. Um, of course, that is probably a lot of things that I did talk about on 15, what says 15 minutes, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to trim this video down and make it shorter. But anyways, um, if you made it this far, I appreciate you for listening and watching this video. This podcast, like I said, it's going to be a place where we have real conversations about life, growth, relationships, experiences, and all the stuff people are trying to understand. Um, but I do want to leave you guys with a question. And the question is, are you becoming who you actually want to be, or who everybody else expects you to be? Now, think about that, and I'll catch you on the next episode.